Have you ever felt like life is pushing you down a path that doesn't make sense? No matter how hard you try, chaos seems to follow you, and things just don't flow the way you'd like. If you found this video, it's not by chance. Maybe it's time to stop forcing things and step into a new way of living. Creator mode. This isn't just another video full of empty promises. Here you'll discover why every attempt to control things, every time you've tried to fix the situation, only led to more frustration. What you're about to learn could be exactly what you've been missing to transform your life. Are you ready to understand how to leave the chaos behind and finally access your natural talents, manifest with intention, and focus on what truly matters? Stick with me, because what's coming next might just change everything. Entering creator mode is that transformation that happens when you get tired of the chaos and the feeling of always forcing things. It's when you realize that pushing through situations no longer works. Often this happens at a moment of frustration, when life seems out of control. The key here is awakening a desire for real change, something beyond temporary and superficial solutions. At this moment, you open up to the possibility of living a deeper, more fulfilling life, seeking growth instead of stagnation. Creator mode starts with the decision to stop fighting against the current. Instead of trying to control every detail of life, you begin to see that chaos might be a sign that something needs to change internally. It's like an invitation to let go of the old ways of being and open up to new possibilities. Imagine someone who has always tried to follow a predetermined path, but upon realizing it doesn't lead to fulfillment, they decide to change course entirely. This transformation begins with self-awareness and the desire to live something more authentic. This process involves recognizing that life doesn't have to be about solving problems and putting out fires all the time. When you understand that true change comes from within, you free yourself from external pressures. For example, instead of constantly chasing more money or more success, you begin to focus on how you can feel fulfilled right now. Simple practices like mindfulness can be applied daily to develop this new outlook. And so, creator mode starts to manifest, leading you to open new doors of opportunity. In creator mode, a person begins to recognize their natural talents, those gifts that seem to flow effortlessly. These talents are often neglected because we're so used to following what society tells us is important. But true power emerges when we stop trying to control everything and allow ourselves to align with who we truly are. Imagine an artist who has spent years in a job that doesn't make sense. When they finally decide to embrace their talent, doors begin to open in unexpected ways, and the alignment with their authentic self brings a lightness to life. This alignment means trusting the natural flow of things. When you let go of the need to control every outcome, you make space for your talents to shine and for life to become more fluid. It's like stopping the fight against the current and allowing the flow to take you where you need to be. A practical example is someone who, instead of planning every detail of their career, starts dedicating more time to what they love doing, and as a result, opportunities arise. This alignment creates the feeling that things happen with greater ease. Moreover, when a person aligns with their natural talents, personal and professional growth begins to happen almost automatically. The pressure and struggle to achieve results fade away, and the focus shifts to living in the present moment, where every action feels more purposeful. For those looking to start aligning with their talents, a good exercise is to pay attention to what brings joy and satisfaction, and follow that path without forcing anything. Slowly, this alignment paves the way for a life of greater freedom and fulfillment, preparing the ground for new discoveries. When someone steps into creator mode, they learn that focus and intention are the most powerful tools for manifesting a full life. It all starts with clarity about what truly inspires you, and it's this clarity that directs your energy. Focusing on what excites you, instead of trying to solve 1,000 problems at once, brings a sense of control over your reality. A practical example is someone who, instead of trying to please everyone or achieve irrelevant goals, decides to invest their energy in what they truly love. This focus creates a natural growth movement where things seem to flow with less effort. Focus is like a magnifying glass. Whatever you put in the spotlight will grow. By setting a clear intention, you start acting in ways that are more aligned with your true desires. This prevents the scattering of energy on tasks that don't contribute to your growth. For those seeking to apply this in their daily lives, it's essential to create a mindfulness practice, setting aside a few minutes in the morning to reflect on the intention for the day. This helps maintain focus on what matters, leaving behind distractions that lead to chaos. Furthermore, the power of intention goes beyond daily actions. It also influences how you face challenges. Instead of seeing problems as obstacles, you start viewing them as opportunities to expand your natural talents and move forward. This simple shift in perspective makes all the difference in how you interact with the world around you. A clear intention turns every step into a conscious choice, creating a life filled with more fulfillment and purpose, and preparing the way to let go of control. Letting go of control might seem scary at first, but this is where true freedom lies. Creator mode teaches that the more we try to control everything, the more we trap ourselves in old patterns that don't lead to growth. When someone starts to embrace uncertainty and focus on the present, they make room for new opportunities to emerge. A good example is when a person allows themselves not to have all the answers in a complex situation, trusting that the right path will reveal itself at the right time. This act of surrender creates a deeper connection with the natural flow of life. Uncertainty is not the enemy, but an ally of growth. When someone lets go of control, they realize they don't need a perfect plan for everything. Instead, they begin to act with intention, responding to challenges as they arise, rather than trying to predict every move. A practical example would be someone who always wanted to change careers but hesitated out of fear of the unknown. By letting go of the need to control the outcome, this person may discover an unexpected passion or find opportunities they would never have considered before. Life unfolds more smoothly when we stop holding on to excessive control. Letting go of control doesn't mean abandoning responsibility, but rather trusting the process. It involves being present, aware of what life is presenting, and ready to respond to situations with flexibility. The focus becomes living mindfully in the here and now, rather than trying to ensure everything goes as planned. By doing so, the person experiences a new lightness, where the unexpected becomes a source of new experiences. This shift towards trusting the present opens the door to greater awareness and mindfulness in everyday decisions. Cultivating consciousness and mindfulness is one of the pillars of creator mode. When a person begins to live more consciously, they realize that every decision they make has a direct impact on their life. Mindfulness allows them to be present in each moment without being swept away by distractions or obligations that don't align with their true desires. For example, instead of making decisions to please others or prove something, they begin to choose based on what truly makes sense for their growth. This shift in behavior can transform how someone lives their day-to-day life. Living mindfully means being in tune with your emotions, thoughts, and actions. Daily mindfulness practices help develop this awareness, allowing you to observe old behavior patterns and avoid acting automatically. A simple exercise is to take 5 minutes a day to breathe deeply and observe your thoughts without judgment. This helps identify what is truly motivating your choices and allows for decisions that are more aligned with your authentic desires. Over time, this practice expands into all areas of life, bringing more clarity and intentionality. When someone develops full awareness, they begin to live with more purpose. Decisions become more conscious and less impulsive, leading to greater alignment with their true self. Additionally, this mindfulness helps identify opportunities that would have previously gone unnoticed, opening the door to new forms of fulfillment. Consciousness brings focus and the ability to respond to life in a more centered way. And so, the person begins to break old behavior patterns, creating space to grow and explore new possibilities with greater freedom and self-awareness. Breaking old patterns is essential for those who wish to live in creator mode. When someone begins to realize that many of their behaviors stem from old habits, they gain the opportunity to rewrite their story. The challenge lies in identifying which patterns are blocking their growth and then taking action to change them. For example, someone who always reacts with fear when faced with new opportunities can recognize this behavior as an automatic response and decide to break that cycle. This process is freeing because it makes room for new behaviors that are more aligned with who the person truly wants to be. The key to breaking these patterns is awareness. Without becoming aware of how we repeatedly act, it's difficult to make real changes. A practical exercise is to list behaviors that seem to negatively repeat themselves, and next to them, write down a new action the person can take to replace them. For instance, if someone has a habit of procrastinating when faced with a challenging task, they could break that pattern by dedicating just 5 minutes a day to working on it, creating a new habit of action. Over time, the person realizes that they can replace old behaviors with healthier, more productive choices. Breaking patterns also requires patience and persistence. Often, these behaviors have been developed over years and won't change overnight. But by bringing more awareness and intention to each action, a person slowly begins to break free from these old molds. With every small victory, a new behavior aligned with growth emerges, bringing more freedom to explore new opportunities. And so, the cycle of transformation continues, allowing the person to move towards the future with greater self-awareness and fulfillment. Now that you know how to access creator mode, what will you do with this knowledge? Are you ready to let go of control and align with your natural talents? Think about how your life could change by applying focus and intention daily. The choice is in your hands. If you want to continue on this journey, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep learning. Your future can be different from your past. Are you ready to transform your reality together?